So the question is, what is heaven and what is hell? Now, heaven, right now, we believe that there are three heavens. The heavens out here where the birds fly, the heavens where the stars are, and the heaven where God is. The third heaven is where God is. So many times when it talks about heaven, you have to, figure out which one of the heavens is talking about. Now, also, there seems to be a fourth heaven that is to be created because when man is redeemed, when Christ comes the second time and takes the righteous with him, for 1,000 years, they're going to be coming back here, and this earth is going to be recreated to form, I guess, heaven. Maybe? All right. So perhaps here is going to be created into heaven later on, and this might be. Well, we have the first heaven here, so I don't know. Maybe it's going to be the first again. The whole planet might be first, as opposed to just where the birds fly. But hell, especially in the Hebrew language, the word hell meant Hades, and it referred to the garbage dump outside of the city where they would burn the garbage, and perhaps where some dead would be thrown. But when the Bible talks about hell, and the hell that people are thinking in terms of the place where the evil will be punished and so on, this is something different. Now, there's no place right now where people are going to be persecuted. Individuals believe that because the core of the earth is so hot and people are buried in the earth, perhaps this is the fire, whatever. But no, it's not that. Barbecue. I mean, God is the one who invented barbecue. In the beginning, there was a kind of barbecue there, especially with Israel when the priest would be able to get some of the food that was being offered up, some of the meat and so on. It was cooked a little bit. Some was cooked in, I think, oil, and others were sort of cooked on the fire. So they God invented barbecue, and the Jews were having a good time of it, especially the priests. But hell is a future place, and the Bible records that when Christ comes the second time, He's going to take the righteous who are alive and those who are asleep, because when a righteous person ceases to live, they're not dead; they're just sleeping, as opposed to when the ones who are going to be dead, really, it's a future thing because they're going to be exterminated in the future. But these Christians are going to be resurrected. So it's as if one is sleeping overnight, and then in the morning one wakes up when, this day and Christ returns and so on. But hell is not as people think. You see, when Christ comes back with the saints after 1,000 years, and He's coming down, all the dead who are evil are going to be resurrected. They and the devil and his angels are going to come with a plan. I guess He has Hitler and Churchill and some of these other so-called big-time leaders, De Gaulle and all them. They're going to be out there with Satan, and He's going to say, look, we could take that city from them. You know about nuclear arms, you know about military strategy, let's go. And as soon as they make a move, God is going to issue fire out of where He is in the clouds there with the saints coming down, and it's going to destroy these folks. People believe that this fire is going to be burning forever. I think the Bible says that it's going to be everlasting fire and so on. But you got to remember that fire is not the type of fire that we have that God is going to use. Especially during the time of the sacrificial system in Israel, when thousands of bulls would be sacrificed. Can you imagine thousands of bulls, you trying to burn it up on some altar place? It would take almost forever. But the fire that was used there, it wasn't the common fire. It was a special fire. Sometimes it came from God. God issued that fire out of heaven. And that fire consumes things very rapidly, so that while it would take almost forever to burn a body, when God uses His fire, in a second that body is going to be consumed. And so it would be good if these funeral homes could have that kind of fire, because it's so expensive to cremate, and I don't want to get in this scam they're trying out there, but this would be real fast. So when he comes back, there isn't going to be no fire going on and on and on forever, because this earth, after the evil and Satan and all them are burnt up, he's going to recreate this planet, and he's going to put man to live back here. So the fire can't be going on forever, because here is where humans, the Christians, are going to live. And so that is hell. It's a future thing, and primarily it's going to be the 1,000 years that all the saints are going to be away from earth. I guess that's going to be the hell. The devil alone would be up and running, he and his angels. There's nobody to tempt. Everybody is dead around, and so on. And it's, I guess, a lonely time for them. This is the first time they will have nothing to do, nobody to tempt, etc. And when Christ comes back, he burns it up. But heaven, on the other hand, I know Moses and Elijah and some other people are in heaven, especially those people who were resurrected when Christ did the miracles. Because remember, he said, it's appointed unto man once to die, and after the death, the judgment. So when they had died, Lazarus and all, and they were resurrected, they can't die again. So that when Christ went to heaven, those are the ones that went with him. Those were the first fruits. Okay? So all the people that even Elijah was able to resurrect from the dead, that widow's son, he also must have gone to heaven with Elijah, because the principle is you can't die twice. So you died once, you resurrected, whether through a prophet or through Jesus, they have to go to heaven. If they die again, it's kind of contrary to the biblical teaching. And so hell is a place that will be temporarily established when Christ returns. When he comes back, when they try to take over heaven after being resurrected to see Christ come in his kingdom and so on, they're going to be burnt up real fast. It's not going to be burning forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Some people think. I mean, the Catholics were able to use that in the Middle Ages to raise monies to build whatever they did in Italy, there in the Vatican. But talking about purgatory and you going through this burning and then you go to the next stage and all that is going to be so fast. There are going to be no stages. And even if there are stages, they're going to be so rapid that no hell is going on right now, no burning going on right now until Christ returns and he lets go that fire to destroy them completely.